Hi, I'm Jackie from Naturally Jackie Lane in the loveandlife.com blog. Today I'm going to share with you some waste reduction tips going into Waste Reduction Week. First of all, let's talk about the current situation. Basically, the traditional linear system is just not sustainable, and neither is our reliance on recycling. More and more studies are showing that recycling is inefficient and resource intensive, and that up to 90% of what we put in recycling bins eventually ends up in landfill. Yikes, right? The solution is to transform to a circular economy where items are designed to be reused, repurposed, or shared from the beginning. So what can you do as a consumer? Start by looking at your own garbage and recycling. No, you don't have to pick through your trash, but just pay attention to what you throw in there most often and see if you can find alternatives to limit or eliminate those items. A few years ago, I conducted a little experiment with my kids. We went to the grocery store and bought two virtually identical sets of groceries. One basket, loose, unpackaged items, and a second equivalent basket with packaged items. It was a really effective visual for us to see the impacts of just a single, relatively small visit to the store. So here are some tips for waste-free food choices in the kitchen and at the grocery store. Number 1, buy in bulk. More and more stores are allowing you to bring your own containers and produce bags. It's so easy, even my kids can do it. Number 2, avoid single-use disposable items. Instead, opt for reusables. There are so many alternatives out there, and it will save you money. To avoid waste when you're on the go, you can bring reusable bottles, bags, containers, and even cutlery with you. I like to keep an extra set in my bag, my car, and at my office. Number 3, avoid packaged food. Instead, make your own. My blog is full of recipes to replace typical packaged items like hummus, bread, muffins, fruit roll-ups, and other snacks. A bonus, it's much healthier to make your own. Number 4, grow your own. Whether you've got a big backyard and a huge garden space or even just a few pots of fresh herbs, you'll have fresh produce at your fingertips. It will taste delicious and zero plastic. Number 5, buy local. Visit farmers markets, know your farmer, and look into farm delivery options. There are many farms that deliver into neighborhoods. Some maybe even deliver right to your door. You'll have fresher food and less miles traveled to your plate. Plus, you'll be supporting your local farm community. Number 6, look for sustainable companies and products. Check for brands that either take their packaging back or don't use plastic at all. Number 7, compost. Composting is huge. I used to think, why bother? Isn't the food waste going to help break down the garbage in landfill anyway? Well, it turns out that separating our organic food waste from our landfill waste significantly reduces methane production. Whether you use city green bins, have your own home compost system, or share a compost with neighbors, reducing food waste to landfill is really important. So those are my main tips when it comes to the kitchen, but what about the rest of your household? For us, this was a gradual transition, but it's really about simplifying and going back to basics. Our grandparents didn't have aisles and aisles of shampoo and lotions and window cleaners, yet they still had clean hair and homes. So many products are pushed on us through advertising, and they're just not needed. Keep it simple, it's better for the planet and better for your wallet. The final area I want to touch on is textiles. Clothing production and consumption has risen dramatically over the past decade, creating a lot of waste. So here are some easy options that work for our family. Hand-me-downs and buying used. I'm not just talking about for kids, but honestly, 99% of my entire wardrobe is either from a thrift shop or passed on by a friend. Other options are borrowing, swapping, or renting. You can also mend or repurpose things that you've already got. And if you're buying new, just look for something that's sustainably made. Okay, that was a lot of stuff. To simplify, here are my top 3 takeaways. Number 1, awareness. Just be aware of your habits, notice what goes in your bins, and look for alternatives. Number 2, use what you have. Be practical. Don't feel the need to buy new expensive eco products. Number 3, start slow because every bit counts. So that's it, a few ideas to get you started towards a successful waste reduction week. Whether you change one habit for one day or many habits over a lifetime, just remember, it's about progress, not perfection. Thanks so much for listening. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Naturally Jackie Lane and visit theloveandlife.com for more sustainable living tips and healthy whole food recipes.